This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight in the South Today, 150 cars journeyed from Te Anau to Walter Peak Station as part of the 14th National Model A Rally. Former Green Party co-leader Metiria Turei has spent her time since leaving Parliament following creative pursuits. And Andrew Lloyd Webber's famous musical Cats is about to hit the stage in Dunedin as part of a nationwide tour. Good evening, I'm Anastasia Munzer. 150 cars journeyed from Te Anau to Walter Peak Station yesterday as part of the 14th National Model A Rally. The biennial event has seen Ford enthusiasts hit the road on a 5-day journey through Southland.
Machines from a bygone era, perfectly preserved soft tops and big wheels of Ford Model A's rolling into Walter Peak High Country Farms Colonel's Homestead as part of the 14th National Model A Rally.
They started in America in late 1927, but there's not many 27 cars around, and they carried on till 1931.
The Model A was a successor to the Model T. There were about 20 million made in the US, but enthusiasm for the vehicles among collectors appears undimmed many decades later.
Some people take years to take to and restore one. Some people spend a lot of money to restore them. It just all depends on each person's skills that they've got of their own. Yeah. And then some people take to and pay other people to take to and restore them.
A contingent of 150 classic cars with about 300 drivers and passengers have embarked on the 5-day journey through Southland.
Getting together with other people, doing things together, and the guys can talk about the cars. A lot of the women are very knowledgeable about the cars. I'm not one of those women.
Rally participants come from around New Zealand and as far afield as the UK, the US and Australia. In 2001, Dave Rees from Christchurch bought nothing more than the bare bones of his 1930 Model A and spent the next decade getting it roadworthy.
We call ours Wander because when you're screaming down the road in the car, steering is a little bit more difficult than the standard modern car, and so we have our Wander here.
The rally finishes on Friday with the next one scheduled for the North Island in 2021. In Queenstown, the South Today.
The young person accused of the attempted murder of a police officer is a 14-year-old girl. The teenager appeared again in the youth court at Dunedin yesterday after an initial appearance on Saturday. In addition to the attempted murder charge, she faces 2 charges of assault. Counsel Anne Stevens QC says she doesn't agree with the charge of attempted murder. She's confirmed the alleged incident happened at the house, but the circumstances remain largely unknown. In an email, police say the officer is fine under the circumstances, but doesn't elaborate. Former Green Party co-leader Metiria Turei has spent her time since leaving Parliament following creative pursuits. She's currently studying for an honours degree in fine arts while also working at the University of Otago. And today she gave a talk about her recent artistic endeavours to the Dunedin Public Art Gallery Society.
A far cry from walking the halls of Parliament, former politician and now artist Metiria Turei says her work is based around the idea of people of colour in space.
It comes from this idea from a guy called Dan Taipua in Auckland about the Austronesian, Polynesians navigating space, like we used to navigate Moana Nui a Kiwa, and what it means for a self-determining future.
Turei presented some of her work to an audience at the Dunedin Public Art Gallery this morning. It's a much more relaxed environment compared with her days in the House.
Supplementary question, Metiria Turei.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Is the Prime Minister basing his assumptions about home affordability on his own personal experience of owning several properties offshore? And doesn't that show how staggeringly out of touch he is with young Kiwi families trying to buy a modest 3-bedroom home in Auckland? Staggeringly out of touch.
But she says talking about her art is tougher than giving political speeches.
Oh, it's much scarier to speak about my art than it is about politics, funnily enough. It's more personal in some ways, and because I've had a long career, like 20 years in law and politics. You know, that comes with some expectation, and I'm just starting in the visual arts. I've been a performance artist for a long time, but just starting in the visual arts, so it feels very new. But that's what's so exciting. It's good to do new things, and it's good to do things that scare you just a little.
She says her visual artwork tackles issues Indigenous people have been dealing with across the globe for years and putting it into a future context.
If anybody is competent to navigate space, to consider the realities of first contact, to understand alien invasion, it is those who have suffered from colonisation, who were stolen from their homelands and transported across time and space to other places, who've been the victims of that first contact.
Ture's work is currently on display at the As Gallery in Dunedin's Stewart Street. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A driver for truck company Summerland has suffered moderate injuries after his truck rolled in central Otago early this morning. Police say the B-train truck rolled at the bottom of Cluden Hill on the Lindis Pass Terrace Road just before 5:30. The man had moderate injuries but wasn't trapped and was taken to Dunstan Hospital. 3 fire crews from Cromwell Terrace and Luggett attended, and the road was cleared by 6:30. Andrew Lloyd Webber's famous musical Cats is about to hit the stage in Dunedin as part of the nationwide tour. Rehearsals are underway for the one-night-only show in the city, which has been given a personal touch from the Kiwi cast and crew.
How do you put your own personal touch on one of the most famous musicals in the world? Making the set of Cats into an old theatre ruin was the challenge set designer Chris Reddington had when working with director Geraldine Brophy.
We had discussions around earthquakes and things because I live in Christchurch, but I sort of ignored it too. But at the same time, it's sort of everywhere, this kind of idea of a ruin. So that was sort of how we kind of found our own anchor point in the way we told a story around cats and found a way to give a frame.
This production of Andrew Lloyd Webber's famous musical is on in Dunedin for one night only as part of a nationwide tour. In charge of the music, with the monumental task and only 3 weeks to rehearse, is Sam and Josh.
Wow, it's a full-on sport. It's almost like 2 hours of straight music, music and songs. So yeah, it's a lot of months preparing, and yeah, we figured out that there was a 16-piece orchestra, and it's a 2-hour show. So 2 times 16 is 32 hours of tracks that we had to just record before we even edited or cut anything together. So Sam did a gigantic job of doing the bulk of that work, and it was collaborative.
Playing the role of outcast Jellicle cat Grizabella is Eilish Moran.
It's lovely to play her because she's got a lot of sadness in her, a lot of drama, and in the end, there is some happiness for her at the end of the show. But it's a really exciting role to play, yeah.
For local Dunedin performer Sophie Morris, playing a character in Cats is a great opportunity.
It's been a great deal of fun, and to be honest, it's a huge privilege to be performing a reimagined work of the great work of T.S. Eliot and Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Cats heads to Invercargill tomorrow before moving on to a series of sold-out shows in the North Island. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Still to come in the South Today. We look at a small boat which got into trouble off the Otago coast, and some Balclutha school pupils are being put through their paces at a sporty holiday program. See you after the break.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren. His Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274. If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
Come on, mate. The blue doesn't go with the brown.
Welcome back. Kings High School has appointed former Timaru Boys High School rector Nick McIver to replace Dan Reddicks. Board of Trustees Chairman Richard Wingham says McIver is set to take over leadership of the school at the start of Term 3. Reddicks left the school last week to become rector at Dilworth School in Auckland. Former Wellington College headmaster Roger Moses will be acting rector in Term 2. A vessel has been towed to Port Chalmers after it lost power off the coast near Dunedin, sparking a call for help to nearby boats. Police were alerted to the situation at around 11:30 this morning. An outboard motor-powered craft had lost power about 150 metres off the coast near Seacliff, north of Dunedin. There was no immediate threat to those on board, and nearby vessels were asked to assist via maritime radio. The Otago Harbour pilot then came to the rescue and towed the boat back to Port Chalmers. The annual school holiday activity program at the Cross Recreation Centre in Balclutha is proving a success. The 3-day program is held in conjunction with Sport Clutha and offers children a fun environment to learn about new sports such as parkour, golf, tennis and netball.
More sports than you can shake a stick at. A 3-day holiday program at Balclutha's Cross Recreation Centre is offering a variety of physical activities designed to burn all of the useful exuberance out of these little tykes while school's out. Centre manager Nolene Scott says it's great for children to try a variety of sports they wouldn't usually play.
We change them around each school holiday program, but this one currently we have golf, tennis, netball and free G gymnastics.
Scott says around 50 kids from across the region are enrolled for the 3-day program, with others joining in for single days.
Yes, we want the children to participate in sport and especially give them the opportunity for sports they may not normally participate in.
Rosebank School pupil Jesse Steele is one of those taking part. He says he's enjoying the variety of sports on offer.
So been playing netball, been doing parkour, and now we're playing tennis.
And although he's enjoying them all, he does have a favourite sport.
Probably the parkour, but we've still got one activity to go.
Sessions are run during the usual school hours of 8:30 to 3, and the program is set to run during each of the school holidays. In Balclutha, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, we chat the very smiley Lamb Coltman about good news for him and New Zealand rugby. And we have a look at the weather heading into the weekend.
Autumn is here and it's too late to sow seed. But don't despair, Ready Lawn is the answer to all your garden woes. Call Ready Lawn today on 027 22 88 190.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent. And where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Green Island Medical Centre have 2 late night clinics. We are now open on a Tuesday and Thursday night until 7 p.m. with doctor and nurse appointments available. Phone us on 488 2754 to make a booking or to find out more information.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren. His Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Most of us have spots on our skin. That's quite normal. Finding skin cancer as early as possible is key to successful treatment. Book in for a free check of 1 to 2 moles or a comprehensive full body check with the Mole Doctor in Waverley.
Ricky here from Beds R Us Dunedin, your local sleep specialists. Come in and try our huge touchscreen sleep selector, taking the hard work out of choosing the right bed for you. See you here.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Welcome back. The Highlanders have got a hooker sorted for the next 3 years. All Blacks and Otago hooker Liam Coltman has re-signed with the Highlanders and New Zealand Rugby through to 2022, and it seems he couldn't be happier with his decision.
Even in the wake of 5 straight losses, Highlanders hooker Liam Coltman still manages to smile. Mind you, the perennial grinner has every reason to be happy. He's just signed a 3-year deal to stay in the south.
This is definitely home for me. Like I've said, I absolutely love it down here. You know, wife's family's down here, kids are born here. I'm here for the rest of my life, I'm pretty sure.
The 29-year-old has made 92 appearances for the Highlanders since his debut in 2013. He's also played 4 tests for the All Blacks and was part of the All Blacks Foundation Day training camp earlier this week ahead of the World Cup.
You know, it was good to be up there, good to be in the mix, and then yeah, no, it was just awesome to be in the picture. So yeah, just keep chucking along and look forward to this weekend, to be honest, and yeah, hopefully put out a good performance against the Blues.
There have been chances to cash in with overseas deals, but in the end, for Coltman, it was a no-brainer.
I love the Landers and love playing for Otago and all that, and you know, I just decided to stick around. I love Dunedin, I love getting out hunting and fishing, so yeah, easy decision.
Now the man from New Plymouth can concentrate on helping his Highlanders teammates get a win against the Blues in Dunedin on Saturday night, something they haven't experienced since way back in round 2. In Dunedin, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. 150 cars journeyed from Te Anau to Walter Peak Station as part of the 14th National Model A Rally. Former Green Party co-leader Metiria Ture has spent her time since leaving Parliament following creative pursuits and gave an artist's talk. And Andrew Lloyd Webber's famous musical Cats is about to hit the stage in Dunedin as part of a nationwide tour, having purred into Oamaru yesterday. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig.
Good evening. Yeah, all about tax in tomorrow's newspaper. Announcement today, I guess, from the PM, Jacinda Ardern, that the government will back down on its plans to introduce a capital gains tax. Caught a lot of people by surprise, really. There was a wide-ranging review released earlier this year by the Tax Working Group, and it was pretty clear from that they felt a capital gains tax needed to be introduced in New Zealand. So yeah, the Prime Minister caught everyone on the hop by confirming today that it wouldn't go ahead. She'd abandoned those plans. So we've got plenty of reaction, both from some local business people and nationally as well. So plenty there on that. Also an interesting story leading into Easter, spat brewing over plans to hold a cannabis type festival in the city over the weekend. Organisers had earmarked the Woodside Reserve out near Outram for a multi-day event, which is going to include musical performances as well. But the council's up in arms about that. They've maintained they didn't give permission for the event, and nor would they for illegal activity with cannabis use. Residents in Woodside as well are pretty angry about the whole thing. So organisers say they'll go ahead. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of days in that respect. No newspaper for the ODT on Friday, being Good Friday, but we've got our bumper sport and racing edition tomorrow. We've got a nice story about local rugby referee James Dolman, who's just brought up 100 games refereeing on the International Sevens circuit around the world. So, yeah, nice story with him.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Craig.
Thank you.
And now time for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with the southern view of the Octagon around lunchtime today. Looking at the situation, another day more high pressure and settled weather. This Easter egg anticyclone will give us a couple more fine days before the messy Easter bunny arrives to rain on our long weekend. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect the odd cloud and 18 degrees. Across the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim, you're in for a fine day. Your high is predicted to reach 18 degrees. In Canterbury, you might also have occasional clouds in the region. Plan for a high of 16 degrees in Kaikoura and Christchurch. Ashburton, it's your turn to shine as you lead this bunch with a predicted top temperature of 17 degrees tomorrow. In the southern towns, plan for light winds and fine weather right across the region. The Catlins, Lumsden and Gore should all reach 14 degrees, while Balclutha is the leader of the pack, aiming for 15. Heading westwards to Central Lakes, this region also follows the light winds and fine weather trend. Monica and Alexandra should reach 18 degrees. Queenstown, you're 1 degree below that on 17, while Te Anau, you're looking at a high of 14 degrees. Up to the northern towns, Twizel and Omarama plan for light winds with clear skies. Twizel aims for 17 and Omarama 18. Timaru and Oamaru, you'll have light winds and are both heading for 14. In Dunedin, fine and cold tonight with an overnight low of 3. Sunny and cool tomorrow, looking at a high of 14 and a low of 5 degrees. Moderate northeasterly winds on Friday, a high of 15 and a low of 8 degrees. Heading to Invercargill, fine with frost tonight and an overnight low of 1. Mostly fine tomorrow and sunny with light northerly winds, pleasant temperatures, a high of 15 and an overnight low of 5 degrees. Fine and sunny with some cloud increasing on Friday, a high of 15 and a low of 8 degrees. And that's our news for this Wednesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Have a great evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.